It was so early in the war that they only had barges. We didn't have landing craft or any kind of gunboats.
It's like really scuffed and terrible.
Okay.
I mean, that's the 420th though. Their whole fucking shtick is kind of crude and terrible.
Makes it easier for us to win, so I'll take it.
Well, hell, last war they were the only fucking Kali Reggie to actually bring out their navy.
That guy was lagging away, man. Oh my god.
Do they not have a navy?
And guess what? They still lost everything.
I mean, yeah, I'll say like they're. Oh, thank you. They were like the naval museums went hard last fucking war. I don't know why.
What do you mean, naval museums?
The Collies have a really bad habit of building massive fleets, but not using them, just kind of putting them in dry dock and never touching them.
Hello.
Oh, so they call them museums?
Yeah, well, I think the term was coined by both us and disgruntled Collies, because, like, Reggies would build these massive grand fleets, but they'd never touch water.
108 rounds. Rounds.
That's just sad.
That sounds like a lot of wasted time and resources.
Well, it's like it's like when you play Legend of Zelda, right? And like you have all these healing potions, and you don't use them because you might need them later.
Oh, that mindset.
I think in some cases it's a flex to show what the kind of production output that you can do.
I feel like a bigger flex is what we did, where we just pulled out a battle tank, lost it, pulled out another battle tank, lost it, pulled out another battle tank. Like, always having a battle tank after losing one.
At least we're using it, you know.
Bro, I think the last day of the war, Laminus had pulled out like 6 battle tanks, and we lost them all because we were too aggressive. But we took out some people.
I think people in this game should really, especially for the wardens with heavier armor, you gotta be a little bit more aggressive. Because, I mean, at this point, we have the armor advantage. We have a lot of really dedicated factions making armor just 24/7. Like, you have Halberd. Those guys are crazy.
Yeah, well, there's literally a whole regiment based on making public tanks.
Well,
it's
we
like
also have regiments that are back in the wars that weren't in last war.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I know the naval one in particular that's back this war, but they didn't play last war.
Hall County?
Tiny, I thought you... Yep. Oh, no, not you. Someone else.
Yeah, I gotta talk with them to see what their submarine prices are.
I'm hoping, I'm praying that when Airborne comes out, the Collies have the same stupid mindset that they do with their Navy.
Which is?
Don't use it and just kind of let it sit there.
Depends on popularity, man. Like, usually air stuff is a lot more popular in general than naval stuff.
Bro, there's already Warden Air Force regiments, and there's not even planes yet.
I saw that shit, I'm like, wow. You guys are just nerfing at this point.
As soon as it launches, I'm going strict. Me and
oh yeah, I was saying...
working on, like,
has to have a airborne... We need an airborne group.
Truth be told, we need a group, essentially, for, like, all types, man.
Or even, like, Pathfinder.
Group, infantry
Bro,
group.
a Pathfinder group in CAW would be... Oh, I need it!
Infantry group would be killer.
They're pushing up on us really hard. If we can start digging some foxholes, we'll be able to hold them a little bit better, but in this open ground, we have the disadvantage. There are Argentines fucking shred.
What ended up being the home logistic hex?
Right now, the back one of the seaport. What's it called?
So we're on Callum's
Yeah.
Cape on the southwest on the oil field. We have no oil field right now.
Leminus, are we going through Faranic again?
Right now we're in Westgate.
We own like 80% of Westgate.
I'm gonna do some logi, get some ammo and guns.
Do we have any shovels left, or were they all lost in the war?
Go look for some.
I'm gonna grab a shovel. If a couple of you guys could help out, we need to start digging some foxholes to put our hills into.
Hello.
He said it.
Hello, collie.
He said the name of the game.
I have a collie. I'm stealing a collie.
Yeah, we.
Woo! Hello. Hello, guys.
Yeah,
Who
start
wants to
digging some
sacrifice
places
collie?
with cover. They're not employing a magnificent amount of
7 rounds. 7 rounds. I mean 6. Gracias, amo.
grenades yet. What do you mean it's unsuitable?
No idea. Ammunition over here. Grab the ammunition. There's
This is
plenty.
as flat as the fucking ground can get.
That's a really good question. So, how are you doing, Hippo?
Doing well.
Nice.
Can I get somebody to get this bag over by me? Can you grab the shit in this bag for me? Held up.
Which bag?
I got a rando to do it.
Excuse me, Erwin.
It's still unsuitable. It's flat.
Honest with you. He
Not
probably
flat
does,
enough,
but like, you
yeah.
know, that's not an excuse. Back in the day, we used to
Hello,
throw people to the wolves. But like,
Was it
now?
random family or?
Well, yeah. I mean, I got certified donkey brains on.
Oh my god, it's
Bullshit.
a
like,
dog.
frog brains.
Fuck it.
And that's a
We'll
medical
dig
condition,
trenches.
but we figured they'd cancel each other out. You know what I mean? Like, you know, the math was 1 donkey minus 1 frog equals like a brain. But I don't know, didn't work. And now he's out here, and he's got his pecker out. I bet he always got his pecker out. Anyways, if any of you see like a 350-pound kid with special features, you give me a buzz,
Alright, I
alright?
appreciate
Ow!
that.
Oh, right in the sack, right in the fucking balls.
I can kill an enemy. I didn't know that. Oh, free Bundy.
What did he want?
No idea.
Something about a 350-pound person with special features.
No idea. Oh, come over here.
Probably that.
Major tomfoolery got fucking nailed by friendly fire.
Happens.
You got this dude camping in a fucking tree sapling and he just shot that dude in the back of the head. Call that a discount lobotomy, Jesus Christ.
You know what I really like? I really like when all the snipers like are all piled on top of each other on a slight slope, and they're all like on prone, and then they like shoot each other at point blank range, and they line up like a really long range shot, and then some infantry fucking goon walked in front of them.
I've had that happen. You look at the collie, you take your shot and you're like, wait, what? Why is this the collie still alive? And you see a guy in front of you
Guys, I got
dead.
some bad news.
I'm sorry.
Oh, what up, over here?
Sometimes
Run, Marab, run! Over
you
here!
can let a few die.
There we go. Now we have 4 medics. We went from having 0 medics to 4. Holy! Mamon
Oh
Russia.
boy.
Capture the collie! Capture
They're
the
already
collie!
starting their Mammon Rush bullshit?
Capture the collie! Capture!
Yeah, man.
What do you win? Bro!
Let me just drop them off.
Well, I guess if they're gonna Mammon Rush anything, it should be this trench that we're building.
That makes sense.
Should I build like a machine gun garrison?
If you can get AI on it, that would be amazing. Yeah.
Okay, bet I'll do that right now. At least try to.
Shoot the watchtower just to fuck him with them. Yes!
What I can shoot this guy.
Do you have to research bayonets, or does everybody start with them?
You have to research them, I'm pretty sure.
That's fucked.
Lame.
I mean,
Like, all both sides should get at least one melee thing at the start of the war, man. Like, what?
we
should
do.
at least
We have
sword
raiding clubs.
Oh, so okay, so we started. Did they? So has the update gone out, and have they finally switched over the raiding clubs into factories for like just general purpose making instead of it from infantry arms?
So I got some bad
'Cause
news.
it was
That's a
stupid
good
to make those
question.
the
It turns out my
construction
son joined the
materials.
army, And
Like why?
Yeah, I
Like
have
why
no
would you
idea.
deconstruct
Bunch
your
of
materials
blue
for
guys,
fucking
so
war
I'm
clubs?
assuming
That's
that's you
stupid. It's a
guys.
piece of wood with some barbed wire.
Yeah.
that's us.
Yeah.
That's the part.
I mean,
That's
listen,
it.
I'm a
That's
gun
the barbed wire.
Could maybe
but,
make the
like,
argument for the swords,
He's
but
not
come
meant
on.
for the army. He needs a mobility scooter even to get around.
I'm
You
actually.
know?
I'm
What
gonna
are you
check.
doing?
Yeah.
He's good in supply. He's good in supply.
I was on the
He'll be
verge of
one
making
giving us
artillery
our
run
uniforms.
tunnels, forgetting
Uh,
that we don't fucking have artillery
I
Yeah.
see
yet.
that you
Alright,
guys had him in like some sort of mine, digging up
First
stuff.
day of the war,
Is
man.
that something you guys do?
How we doing, guys?
Oh, they did!
Laminus.
That seems like
Oh, they fucking
child
did! It's
labor. Again, he is
200
26,
BMETs.
but still,
No, it's all
mentally.
200
volunteering.
BMETs
It's
for
all
crate.
volunteering.
Nah,
Oh, I'm
That's
gonna do
a crate of
nothing
what,
but make war
15?
clubs.
I don't really
Like
know
he
how
joined
that
the
no,
army,
10,
right?
but
He
still.
voluntarily joined it, and
I'm
But
making
was
nothing
it,
but
like,
crates of war
voluntary or was it
clubs and just taking them to
voluntolding?
everyone.
Ow.
Damn straight,
Just-
bro. Stay strapped.
The first
Yeah.
update where they
Fuck,
came
I
out,
kicked
those
it right in the
fuckers were
fucking stomach.
everywhere. That shit was
Fuck
amazing.
this.
I gotta say, this is my first.
Give me
war
some
on Colonial
armor
since, like,
and a club.
Fucking Winter
Ma-
Soldier.
Bro, now
maybe
we got
a
now we
flame
gotta go
thrower.
around acting like
You guys ever get
those
like
British
frustrated with some of the shit
wannabe
Colonials
gangsters
have and like all that?
who start beating the fuck out of everybody.
Breathing
No,
No,
monsters.
fuck that.
They've
Embrace
done
club.
this to,
What?
two that
Use
stand
club.
these,
Embrace
the
Neanderthal.
Tremollas,
Oh,
and
the
just
grenade
Bunga.
spent 20 minutes.
Unga.
I am so
Bunga.
surprised that that did not hit me. What the fuck? Oh shit, you're bleeding. If you drop me a Ben,
Blue man.
Well, I can't
Good.
be salty unless I try it.
Green
Oh,
man.
You guys are annoying
Bad.
as hell, you little,
We need more VMATs.
guns, you know, you little rascals.
Guys,
Salvage.
there's police west of the bunker base.
That's the way it works.
You know what you guys lack? Man, y'all need some war clubs.
You are right.
Conviction.
Bro, I'm gonna make a clip of me doing a 1v1 with swords against a collie. Like, I took a collie's sword, and there was another collie in a trench, and I said, 1v1!
1v1 me,
Dude, I
bro.
I had a guy try to bayonet me in the chest while I was flamethrowing him, and that was hilarious.
Bro,
These guys are fucking equipping themselves with radios?
yeah.
The fuck?
And that's where I got my radio and my ammunition. That's the worst part. I have no
We
ammo.
need to convince the collies to do a sword rush. Just a sword fight.
I will be glad.
Well, you might in general start seeing more melee weapons, just because they moved it over to basic factory manufacturing.
But as far as I know, wasn't that already on the basic one, or wasn't?
No,
No?
they
Well,
added
does
it.
your-
Originally, Laminus, you had to build them in the infantry arms factory for like a certain amount of construction materials and one other material.
That's fucked.
Like, yeah, it's stupid. Now you can just go to a factory wherever and just pick 200 BMATs and get your crate of 10.
Do they go in your second slot at least?
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Oh yeah, I'm 100% raiding trenches
Yeah,
with
I
a
like-
fucking club.
I like using they're good to pair with submachine. Like anything you can't slap a bayonet on, they're great to pair with.
Or, well, like if you get like a bolt action rifle or something and like rush a trench, now your bolt is fucking useless. So just start rushing it with a club.
Another thing.
No, it's not bayonet.
If you hold right click, you can parry a bayonet and deny the insta kill.
A charge will insta kill, and a regular swing will do about 55 damage roughly.
Wait, you can
So-
charge with a bayonet? Okay, well,
Yeah,
yeah,
just,
you
just
can- I'm
hold
learning.
down left
Action
stick
swing.
or fucking hold down left mouse button while you're sprinting.
Well, Yeah, no. I don't think you have to sprint. You'll just see the arm kind of wind up, and I think it's a kill, like a one-shot kill if you get them with a charge.
It's a
Okay, I did not
barring
know
if
that.
they're
That's-
wearing any
that's
armor.
news to me.
You got fucking medical supplies here.
nice.
Alright. This box here.
So pretty much, a full charge swing from a bayonet or a club is gonna insta kill you unless you are parrying or you have plate armor. Only plate armor.
You
though,
can
con-
air?
with a mini weapon. You can
Man,
Hey, where did you guys set
Oh.
your home? At Westgate Keep or Lost Partition?
Right now we are we're in Lost Partition right now, trying to push the collies back. We're over here,
Okay.
but they just happen to have a mortar house,
Oh,
and they kind of blew
they have
up-
mortars this early?
mortar house.
oh no, mortar houses. They're just there.
Oh, but no mortars?
No.
No, mortars. Mortars ain't gonna be for a bit. Yeah, it's just the mortar houses. Those
Oh, so
stationary
does the
ones.
mortar house shoot you or something?
No,
It's
Only if
point
it's
and
manned
click.
and it got ammo.
no,
No, I meant like as an AI, like a garrison house.
No. No,
Okay,
so it's you know those blown out houses with like the mortar,
The roof
like
missing?
right? Yeah.
no, I know it. But I'm just saying, like, why are you telling me? You're saying it like it's stopping your push or something. Like you're like,
It is.
we're gonna push Longstone, but there's a so like, how's it stopping? Like, is it if there's no mortars? That's why I said maybe it's shooting you like a garrison house. But then you're like, no, it's not doing that either. So I'm like, so what's it doing to stop you then?
Oh, so the way that we got stopped by that thing is that we had a bunker base over here and we were fighting there for like an hour and so, and then we start to get
Could you
mortar.
step out of the way, Tom?
So there are mortars.
Only the
Yes.
mortar house.
Yes, they have mortar ammo for the mortar house.
Okay. Alright.
And they were shooting the mortar on the bunker. They were direct
Got it.
impacting it.
Got it. I sorry. I thought you guys said there weren't mortars. That it's too early for mortars, so that's why I got confused.
Are you in this branch?
I mean, they can
How do
It's
they have mortar
okay.
ammo
We
but no mortar
forgive
troops?
you.
You were on this branch.
Yeah, we already have a nuke. People were saying they should give us a nuke off rip so we can nuke Jade Cove.
That's terrible. Wow.
Man,
That's funny.
People hate Jade Cove, and I don't know why.
I had a lot of fun fighting in Jade Cove, dying every 6 seconds.
I mean,
It was fun fighting over the same 100 feet every day.
Man, you ever looked at World War One? Yeah, it's great.
Exactly, that's why I
Oh,
love
yeah.
fighting over it, because a month into
That
playing
shit
Foxhole,
sucked.
and I was still fighting over the same 6 fucking feet, man.
They couldn't nuke the ramp.
Bro,
I've been
the ramp is
deployed to
OP as
Fahrenheit
fuck.
Coast for like 3 wars now.
Yeah.
You'd
And
think
to
you'd
be
think the
honest, I fucking
collies
love
would-
it. I'm the queen of Fahrenheit Coast.
I
You'd
fucking
think
love
the
Fahrenheit
collies
Coast
would-
too.
I didn't vote
Smart.
you. I didn't vote you, Queen. What? Did some tart in a lake throw a sword at you?
This isn't a democracy.
I love
You-
fucking Fahrenheit Coast.
You'd think the collies would get smart and like try and push from another bridge instead.
I want to play in Stiltkin. I want to see
Collie?
that giant ass fucking
Smart?
boat.
No. Their leading
Like-
regiments are the 420st.
The easiest way to take Jade Cove is push from a different bridge and just circle Jade Cove off, starve them out.
It's tough because if they push off the ramp, they cut the logi to the guys circling them.
You
And that-
just
that
you,
damn
you park a
battle
battleship
fluctuates
right
so
outside
much.
Jade Cove, and you just pound anything that moves in it.
Yeah,
You
but then
could
they
do
go to
that
the
too.
safe house, and then you can't pound the safe house, you know?
I will
No,
pound
you
the
can-
safe house. Watch me.
Yeah, but it's just wasting
Pound
shells.
you, BBY.
Not necessarily. Depends on what you're using the shells for in the first place. Like if you're using it to force people to either repair the safe house and waste
Yes,
mats,
you
or
can't.
keep people
You
within
can't kill the safe house, but you can kill all the shirts.
So the thing is, a safe
I
house,
am.
there's a tech for the safe house that makes it so you cannot kill the safe house with RT once it goes below 30%. As in, RT will no longer do anything against the safe house.
Yeah, but doesn't it have still a limited amount of shirts though?
No,
Woo!
Oh, it just has unlimited.
it's just a tech where it does have shirts. It's just a tech that says artillery can't damage it past like 50% or something. So it means they have to run in there with like a satchel or alligator charge and hit. There's a little like X on like a vault in the safe house, and that's the part that can take damage.
Yeah, no, the best that you could do necessarily in doing that type of strategy would basically to force a section of the manpower within that area to be stuck on repairing duty just to waste the beat mats within that safe house. Up until it has no more beat mats, then maybe if you're lucky and somebody can figure that fucking out quick, then you can move targets. But I do see the point. But
I love safe houses. They're great.
They're really good.
fuck, I'm always dying out in the field, man.
Okay.
That's why we're building trenches.
Yeah.
Honestly, I do not fuck with dying out in a field 6 times in a row.
Okay,
Shit,
yeah.
I do,
Oh,
man.
I
If I can get a little bit more information and adjust my pathing with every death until I can achieve what I want to do, then it's worth it.
It's like an
Sure.
It's like some rogue type shit.
It is, and then it gets sillier when you add people to the mix. You know, when you got like 20, 30 dudes rushing towards the fucking target. I was thinking about fucking around with infantry tactics this war.
It's not about
Good one less.
quality, it's about quantity. You throw enough wardens at a problem, eventually get in.
Hey,
Yep.
Mammons. Don't forget the Mammons.
General, what's
Yep.
his fucking name from World War II? Fucking Japanese general over here.
Sun Tzu?
Look, I am.
What did you say,
excited for it.
Sun Tzu? Did you just say Sun Tzu?
Hey man, Sun Tzu was a master tactician amongst a bunch of fucking. Have you read The Art of War?
No, but I know it's like half the shit's like, hey, you need to feed your troops.
Exactly, it's
I
like
didn't read The Art of War, but I've read the
feeding your troops is expensive, so steal your enemy's food. Like, yeah, no shit, thanks.
It's like what? It's literally, I guess, like probably what would be common sense shit on like for soldiers just on battlefields. I feel like is what the Book of War basically is.
Yeah.
The Art of
Oh,
War was
maybe.
made by a Chinese strategic genius surrounded by prissy Chinese noblemen who had no idea what the fuck basic human needs are.
That's
Yeah,
real. That's
Because they don't fucking really interact with the peasantry, dude.
Exactly, like
Unless they
there's.
absolutely have to.
I mean, have you seen the statistics from the ancient Chinese wars? Fucking
It's
They're
bad.
like in the millions.
yeah, it's like
Bro,
4 million Chinese deaths,
In one battle.
200,000 cannibalized, decisive Chinese victory.
sounds like Foxhole right there.
and what is it? That's
Exactly.
That's just amongst themselves, man. Once the Mongols get in the mix, it's just downhill from China
some of them-
every single time they
some
go
of
in, man.
Some of them was like 40 million dead. Chinese victory. Like,
Yeah, it's like
they were not
'cause, I
like
mean,
little numbers.
the Chinese
yeah.
will always win against the Chinese. They're like the Skaven from Warhammer
Yeah,
Fantasy.
they can't lose.
Oh,
The Skaven can never lose against the Skaven.
Exactly. Because that means that they
I
can
love the
eat
Skaven. I'm a
fuck
Skaven
and make
player
more
too, dude.
Skaven.
I play Skaven on tabletop as well,
I
man.
like them.
Oh
I
man.
like the Skaven memes.
Honestly,
Yeah,
what I've
you ever-
noticed is just fights have just gotten smaller and smaller. It's just been like a 10 million personnel Chinese war, and now it's like IRL. It's like 5-man fire teams.
I mean, that's because of the invention of the firearm.
And like drones and laser guided artillery, which is fucking OP as shit.
Dude, I
Man.
honest to God believe that drones are the next equalizer. Oh, you got armor? Go fuck yourself. Here's some C4 strapped to a drone.
Well, they're like, oh, you created a gun that can counter drones. We'll just fucking fiber cable
More drones.
Ah, fuck it. We'll just give our fucking shotgun guys skeet ammo.
They were putting
skeet shooters, bro.
shotguns. They were putting shotguns on drones and just skeet shooting drones out of the sky.
Bro, I'm just surprised they don't just throw in one of those goddamn fucking robo dogs and just throw a fucking jammer on its back.
They're so fucked that they almost took out a K-52 the other day, like the Ukrainians did. A K-52 versus a $2,000
telling you, dude.
Walmart.
Bro, drones are a goddamn military equalizer. Just like the guns equalize the fucking West, drones are gonna fucking equalize the battlefield, man.
Well, just like the javelin and anti-tank launchers kind of made tanks obsolete. Now it's
Fucking
even more
superior.
obsolete.
Just because you have so much more versatility out of the drone versus a dedicated weapon system like a javelin.
The amount of intel you can get from it, and then death
Bro.
you cause.
But two drones, man. Like one as the scout and eyes, and the other as the actual bomb. Or
They were making
I
drone
believe
motherships. They're making drone motherships.
Well, no.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think I don't know if it was the Ruskies or the Yukis that did it first, man. But one of them,
The
like,
Yukis,
they
I
finally
like
got
that.
wise. Well, dude, they finally got wise and threw a fucking AK on a drone. Like, how long has it been? Like, come the fuck on, man. Like, it's not that difficult to throw a gun on a fucking drone.
The only thing that'd be difficult about it is, like, what if you're doing it mid-flight? That's got some intense recoil on there for just four
Of
little
course.
turbines.
Of course, but if that's
Yeah,
the
but he
biggest
was
thing that
shooting
you got to
drones
worry
at the
about,
sky.
man.
He just bam, and a drone would fall.
And would the recoil be as bad if the barrel was just pointed straight down instead of having it being horizontal towards the chassis?
think-
You just have it straight down, so any
Um,
recoil you face, it just shoots the drone upwards.
It depends on the
think
structural
the-
strength of it. Because if it shoots straight
Yeah.
down,
Agreed.
that means it's gonna push it up, and it might just snap the wing or the fucking blades off.
Oh.
Which is true. Don't get me wrong, but I mean, like, that is a con that the designers would be aware of in making it in the first place. But
Well, yeah,
I
if
dead ass
you-
have seen actual footage of like I believe it was a modified AK thrown underneath the drone chassis.
Yeah.
It is. I believe though that it's for anti-drone like warfare.
And then
I
you got
don't know
those
if they're
ones.
like using it to like shoot at like trench lines and things like that. I don't think you'd have that much.
I give it
I mean, they
another
might
20
do
years.
eventually, but like at the moment, they're just using it to shoot down other drones.
I give it another 20
it's a
years and there won't
combination,
even
truly.
be soldiers on the ground.
Yeah.
Oh,
we
no,
can tell
you're-
that,
you're
you
not
know,
wrong.
Drones.
give them-
There was like a YouTube documentary. It was just a YouTuber who was documenting the front line, and literally what it was a group of 5 Ukrainians in a house who will just shoot like every so often, just so that the Russians know that they're there, so they don't push. The rest was just drone warfare.
Oh, so it's just not suppressing them, but just kind of keeping them in the area
Just
psychologically.
making it known that they're still in the town. They still have the town. They were in a basement. Not even shitting you.
Well, okay.
And the rest of the time, it was just drone operators.
Hear me out on this combination of technology, right? So you all have seen the latest Tesla bot, right? And I'm just using that as an example of current human-made humanoid robots.
Yeah.
Oh, the ones that were
Okay.
remote controlled?
Well, not necessarily remote control, but I mean, let's just throw VR into the mix of it. I mean, how difficult would it be necessarily to have an operational base somewhere? Let's just say, for the sake of the conversation, somewhere close to the front line, and you that 5-man squad of Ukrainians, now it turns into a 5-man squad of VR controlled Ukrainian soldiers manning the robots, basically.
They're literally going to start targeting people like us who are playing video games all day.
It's time to kill the gamers, comrade.
what you got to keep in mind is that anthropomorphic robots are like really kind of like not the most efficient way to like move a robot
100%.
across like those. So I agree what you're saying will happen, but they won't look like people. They'll probably look like little mini tanks.
Oh, like
you know?
treads.
Yeah,
If
with
you guys are
treads
familiar
or
with
something,
with
yeah.
the Gundam series, gun tanks, which is basically just the lower half of a tank with the upper half of a mobile suit, which is just a human torso.
Big problem with that is like the human torso is big, flat, and wide.
Oh yeah, no, it's a
Very
target.
easy to
It's
shoot
100%.
at.
It's a target, yeah. And especially if all your camera systems are going to be within like the head unit of it, yeah, no, you're going to have some issues. Like, come on.
I would not be surprised if the next like 40 years, war is going to go from man on man to robot on robot.
You just wait until the capitalist overlords install those haptic chips in your brain so that they incentivize you to fight
Sword
better
Art
with
Online
your
in real life.
VR. Your VR sort of like
if it,
drone.
look, sister, if it gets me access to my beautiful hentai waifu, I'm all for it.
All I'm saying is, if it ends up being an Ender's Game situation, I'm all for it. I'll kill aliens all day. Fuck y'all. If you haven't
But what
read
if
that
it's
book,
like, well, what if it's
I
like
wouldn't
Dune
suggest
aliens, and we're just nothing more than an offshoot of an old ancient alien race that has just lost connection with itself?
Hey,
So
man,
what if the aliens are just us?
if it doesn't look like me, then it wasn't made in God's image.
Well, that's not fair. What about? Well, no. Take the expanse. What about Belgians? What about Martians, bro? They're humans, but they got stretched because they grew in 0G and evolved in it. Or they grew in like low G settings.
That's such a fucking awesome show.
Well, I'm reading the books right now in audio form
really?
at work.
Oh.
It's great. Yeah.
I keep it well. No, I say that it's one of these things where I've got like such fucking. I've got so many books on the go that I just can't. But it's one of those books that I wish I had the time to fucking sit down and like read because it's meant to be really good. And I'm like a huge fan of like Philip K. Dick and like sci-fi stuff and all that sort of thing. But like, I don't know. I've got like loads of like pagan stuff that I need to finish and like research. I've got the new 40k book, the new what's her face, the girl, badass girl, Imperial Guards woman. That one's come out, and I really want to. Oh, what's her name? Lex something or something like that. Lex. I want to say Lex Friedman, but it's not Lex Friedman because that's a psychologist, I think, or an economist.
He's a physicist. He's a physicist from podcast.
Yeah. Okay, there you go.
I'm currently going through the Horus Heresy series right now.
Yeah. I've not even like tried to tackle the Horus Heresy because it's like
Okay.
huge. But I do listen
Oh,
to
yeah.
a lot like 40k like audio books, and I catch like snippets of stuff. The problem is I'll fall asleep and I'll be like 3 audio books into the Horus Heresy, and I've only like listened to the first 10 minutes.
That's why I can't listen to books or like listen to lore when I'm like going to
Yeah,
bed because
no,
like
it has to
as
be a
great as
book.
it is to listen to, yeah, like you pass out and then like you wake up and it's like, oh, I'm like 9 hours deep in a 10-hour lore video. Fuck.
I mean, hell, if you like fucking falling asleep to that shit, there's a YouTuber you should look into. I think his name is like Luton or some shit.
But yeah, I'm already
That is
subscribed.
great. That
Trust
shit
me,
is-
honestly, I'm a fucking massive like nerd.
Honestly, there's so many
Big old
videos.
fucking
There's so many
nerd
like
now.
just because I like watching shit while I fall asleep. I've started because I put like anime on or some shit and then fall asleep to it, and autoplay's on, so I'm like halfway through a whole season once I wake up. I started watching like the military shit, like Laser Pig on YouTube and other shit.
You'll start watching you'll be watching shit and it'll put you on autoplay. You'll have how it's actually made come up in that one episode where he screams.
Wake up!
Don't tell
How
anybody,
it's
don't
made is
comment,
a
don't say
good
shit.
show.
We're just gonna scream really loud and wake up all the people who sleep to this shit. Wake up!
It's time to learn.
It's time to wake up!
I love how it's made though, man. That show is awesome.
Man, I used to watch that show with my fucking granddad all goddamn day. It's like, holy shit, that's how they make pencils?
Bro, it was one of the like it at one point in time, History Channel used to actually have like some pretty decent like informative shows slash like show some documentaries here and there, man. And then it just
Just
started
gotta
like
make random
becoming
shit.
reality. Yeah,
All aliens.
Now the History
Like,
Channel
how-
is like what? Reality TV?
Plus aliens.
basically, yeah.
Ancient
Ancient
aliens
aliens.
and Hitler.
Oh my god, that show was so fucking funny.
Out here talking about how
Honestly.
Russian equipment is superior in every way.
Hey man, they're really good at making paper tigers. One sec. Yeah, I'm just really glad that the Russians went to war and showed everybody that they ain't worth shit.
Well, I mean, that's kind of like their greatest thing is everyone forgets about something that happened. So, for example, the invasion of Ukraine in 2014 and how they got their ass handed to them by a literal militia, pretty much.
No, there was protests in Ukraine in 2014. I don't think any actual fighting broke out until 2019, sometime between
Yeah,
I want to say 2018
yeah.
and 2020.
I don't mean
The-
like
the-
actual
the
fighting,
war-
but I mean like he, fucking went hella fast, took over all of was it Crimea, and then didn't get
Yeah,
any
they-
further.
The fucking Russia and Ukraine have been at war for like 14 years now. It just
It's
only broke
bizarre.
out
No.
a major conflict here recently in 2020.
Yeah, so like the
Well,
Kremlin
it's
has
become hot.
backed like Ukrainian
proxy war, but it's an
neo-Nazi
actual hot war.
separatist movements in Ukraine,
I'm back.
and
It's just crazy how fast people forget how
Yeah.
much of a meme Russian tanks are. Russian tanks, but other shit as well.
Yeah, but like
Yeah,
Russian
I've-
tanks had a purpose that like they can't really serve that purpose with the way that this war is going. Like their tanks are kind of purpose made, and like they aren't in the situations for that purpose. So they're having
the
to
thing
adapt.
is,
The
the
Russian
tank,
equipment.
it's all out of date.
Oh, of
It's all
course.
out of date. It's all falling to bits. No one's trained on anything, and the problem is that
I've heard the military
Yeah,
has been
it's
like,
just all
super
the best,
corrupt,
man.
and that's
The
that's
thing
played
is,
a
you
role.
know,
That's like behind
yeah.
the scenes shenanigans.
It's going to be
Yeah,
the
like
same
the-
thing for the Chinese, because the Chinese, like, their whole society is
I
built around their fucking bureaucrats just
Well-
taking money nickel over dime from
Well,
whatever
here's
projects
here's
they
the
can.
thing about the Chinese military, man. I really and believe very much so that like China wouldn't risk a war because I think their military is really more to keep the population in check more than anything.
Exactly. As soon as they start
Yeah.
deploying them overseas,
Logistics have been
it's a
secured,
problem
boys.
because
Protected
people are
with
going to have
Exactly.
massive revolts.
Yeah,
the thing is,
yeah,
it's
dude.
like,
Like
They're gonna
China
have to
can't
do it-
risk a war because of internal reasons.
the other big
And
thing
also,
about it is it'll end up being like the Korean War, where it's just going to be wave after fucking wave of barely equipped, barely trained people pulled off the streets being sent into an American gun line.
Yeah, that's.
If you haven't
not
seen
good.
any of the fucking documentation about the Korean and Vietnamese wars, holy
I didn't even
fuck!
think
Well,
about that. Or the
I mean,
I didn't
to be
even think that their
honest,
whole
right?
Well,
revolt
Have you
shit.
seen the recent footage of the deployment of North Korean troops into Ukraine?
They got a
yeah,
nuclear
they got
war.
You know how
They're basically like doing like Cold War. That's what they're basically doing. They're doing like en masse Cold War.
Yeah, but do you see
and
how
God
dedicated the
slowly-
North Koreans are to their leader, though?
Well,
Yeah, no,
I mean,
they
they are
have
all
when they got
died or
access.
surrendered, so
They have been brainwashed and controlled so much by their government. They are literally offing themselves because they're so scared.